And welcome to the 2019 World Bench Press Championships in Tokyo, Japan. We have for you the combined Open, Sub-Junior, Junior and Masters age classes, as well as the combined Classic and Equipped formats of bench pressing. We're ready for an immediate start now with the junior men in the 53 kilo class, 59 kilos, 66 and 74 in this particular lifting session. The bar is loaded now for our first lifter in the under 53 kilo class. Shamuratov from Kazakhstan, 105 kilos. He is the only lifter in this weight and age class, so this should be a safe opener for him, just so that he can register a lift absolutely for certain, and then after that he can go for more meaningful lifts. Almost too light, very easy lift, but definitely a good option when you're the only competitor to absolutely ensure that you can bench press your first lift. So the bar now goes to 120 kilos for James Leaper of Great Britain. He's in the under 66 kilogram class. James is part of quite a big, great team from Great Britain who are benching here over the next 7 or so days, maybe more. This, of course, is classic lifting. James presses 120 really well. So now in the 59 kilo class, we have Yang from USA, Charlie Yang, 125 kilos for his opener. He just made weight, 58.9 kilos. Yeah, that's a great press from Yang. Gets him off to a flying start. 3 white lights. So the next lifter is Kanalbekov from Kazakhstan in the under 59 kilo class. He's opening on 135 kilos. He is the world champion from last year's World Bench Press Championships. At that competition, he benched 170 kilos. I believe he's done 180. So 135 as an opener should be ultra straightforward for him, which it looked very much so. And it's a good lift. The bar stays on 135 for Egaz Zherkans from Latvia. He's also in the under 66 kilo class. He's been very busy getting silvers and bronzes in Europeans and World Championships last year and the year before that, and the one before that. So very busy on the world scene. The centre ref asked him to replace the bar because part of his setup was not correct. think it may be his feet weren't down. Completely flat. Got plenty of time. And it hasn't affected his lifting. That looked good. Silver medalist at Europeans. So now 140 kilos on the bar for Ordordin from Mongolia. Mongolia's got a fantastic presence in the bench pressing scene in the IPF. And this young man comes out. One of 6 lifters in the under 66 kilo class. Oh dear. That was very heavy, very strange to see that on the opening attempt. Either he wasn't set up correctly, that he couldn't press that, but it looked extremely heavy. Sandor Tatar from Hungary now 140 kilos on the bar for his opener. He is an under 74 kilo lifter. Sandor lifted at Europeans last year and got the bronze with 135, and here he is opening on 140. Just wonder if he beat the call then. And he was penalised for it. Yes, the referees saw that. He literally just hit the chest and kept going. So no lift for Sandor. He'll need to come back and do that again, or put something higher on if he wishes. He could certainly do that because it wasn't a weight issue. It was a technical issue that he didn't pause it for quite long enough. Konrad Rogalski from Poland on 142.5. He's in the 66 kilo class. And it's a good lift. Next lifter is from Japan, Moriki. He's in the under 59 kilo class and he's starting on 145 kilos. He was seen in 2017 at the World Classic Bench Press Championship as a sub-junior. He won that championship in this weight class with a result of 135.5, which was a world record. So it's great to see him at Worlds here again. Looked good. And he will be obviously working very hard to win his weight class with that 145 opener. He's taken up a 10 kilo lead on the lifter from Kazakhstan already. So it'll be interesting to see if that lifter can chase him down by about the third lift or what happens. Here's another Japanese lifter with 150 on the bar for his opener. He's in the under 66 kilo class. This is Yoshiyama. Let's see how Yoshiyama benches. I haven't seen him before at Worlds. So we just take note of his particular setup. It was a fairly heavy opener, but I think he got the lift. Yeah, absolutely. And I won't be surprised if we see him lifting with a shirt during the week, later on during the week, because his technique is quite reminiscent to me of an equipped bencher. 152.5 kilos now on the bar for Sahari from France. Mehdi Sahari. Again, I've not seen him at Worlds, and it's great to see him here in Tokyo, Japan, opening with 152.5 kilos. He's definitely up the top of his weight class in strength. Very short range of motion as he's able to get a very high chest and rib position on the bench. And he's really pumped about that lift. With that lift, he sets himself up for the best possible chance to not only medal, but potentially even take the championship. Here now is Tyler Marcel from USA, also taking the 152.5. Let's see how Tyler handles it. Tyler's a fraction lighter in body weight than Sahari, so with this lift, he would go ahead of Sahari. With just one lifter to go in the round of his weight class. Tyler Marcel. Great touch, very strong. That was wonderful to see. So he immediately goes into first place. There is one other lifter in the under 66 kilo class, and that's Tsuchida. The top qualifier is opening on 160 today. He got silver last year at World Classic Bench Press. He benched 155 there, so here's 160 for an opener. So obviously all year he's worked on that. He refused a centre lift out, I think. Looked really smooth. So at the end of that lift, we see all of our 66 kilo classes have done their openers, and we have Tsuchida in front of Marcel and then Sahari. Okay, we're into the 74 kilo class now, and 160 kilos is the opener. For Zoltayev from Kazakhstan. Great touch. It rolls back in the hands, and he got the rat call. I'm just curious to see, no, the referee saw that he lost control of it at the top of the lift, and he actually didn't finish it to still point, and the bar was rolling out of his hands and crashed into the uprights. So no lift. Fukuda of Japan now in the under 74 kilo class, 165 kilos for his opener. And Zoltayev has called for the 160 again for his second lift. Fukuda now pressing 160 competently. 170 kilos now for Yazemski from Ukraine. I think we're going to have a great battle in this 74 kilo class, as there's a couple of guys going for 170 on their openers, and then another lifter going for 175 on his opener. So these guys are within 5 kilos of each other. Yazemski took the bar quite a long way out. Oh dear. I think he got out of alignment right from word go. And it seems to me that the coach was motioning to the athlete, what happened, why did you take the bar so far out? And the issue started there. But I'm pretty sure that the centre lift-out spotter was as surprised as anyone that the bar was being taken out quite so far. He nearly overbalanced, so hopefully they can communicate where he wants that bar to be given to him. And Jargal now from Mongolia, 170, getting right up the top of these 74 kilo class lifters. I think the centre lift out guy is doing a good job from my eye. Oh, it comes back a bit too fast. He has to pull it back into line. Let's see if the bar continued to go straight up. No, there was a dip perhaps where the bar got away from him and drifted back towards his head rather too quickly. He then had to try and change direction of it, and in that changeover, I'd say the bar's dipped down. So there's no doubt about it in my mind that these guys are really pushing themselves very hard for these opening attempts. And Andre Kim comes out with 175 kilos on the bar for his opening attempt. It's the biggest opener we've seen. And we've got a lot of missed attempts in this 74 kilo class in the opening round. It is historically an extremely competitive class in both bench press and full powerlifting. Beautiful touch. Gosh, he has to work. He's put himself under pressure with this lift, but it's a good lift, and that could be the world championship right there, because there is carnage all around him, with the only other person making their opening attempt, the Japanese lifter Fukuda, on 165. So Kim is not away with it, but the others have got a lot of work to do. You can see how competitive a weight class is by how risky they have to be with all of their attempts, starting from the first attempt, to try and get anywhere. When your weight class isn't overly competitive, meaning there's not a lot of people who are all around the same strength, you just don't have to take the same risks, especially on the opener. Shamuratov here from Kazakhstan's in this incredible position where he doesn't have to push himself too hard at all, because he's the only one in the weight class. So he's not had to stress himself with a super difficult opener, and he can just pursue his own goals in terms of meaningful numbers for him. Whereas the guys in the 74 kilo class know that at any time there are so many lifters in their class vying for their position at Worlds that they simply have to push themselves to uncomfortable positions. Now, Lipa from Great Britain comes out with 125 for his second attempt. Oh dear. It's too difficult because it's going down. The left arm was really struggling. The right arm had a bit more strength in it. He may go back there and correct something to try and get a better start to the lift, and that will help him through. Let's hope he can. Charlie Yang now 130 for his second attempt. Doesn't need to go particularly hard on himself because he is the bronze medalist here at Worlds now. But I'm certain that he's trying to get personal bests. Now, what a wonderful experience to travel to Tokyo, Japan, and do your lifting on the world platform amongst all these other nationalities as Charlie Yang presses that absolutely to perfection. $140 for Kanobekov. A lot of Kazakhstan lifters here. Manages to control that. Bar moves a little bit in his hands, rolling forward, but hangs on to it enough. So that was a good lift. Odd Ordine from Mongolia, 140 for his second attempt. He missed this quite badly the first time. I have no idea what happened, so hopefully he's better prepared. I think he might have been quite rushed and taken by surprise that he was to lift. And let's hope he can take his time now and set up really nice and tight and get his head into what he's doing here. 140. Oh my goodness. He hasn't got the strength to press this. The other issue is the referees are concerned that the safety racks are too low on that man's card because, as you saw there, the spotters didn't quite catch it in time, and he could have been quite badly hurt. So the referee has gone over and said he wants that lifted on that man's scorecard, which is the information that goes to the spotters for his own safety. Meanwhile, Tata of Hungary needs his 140 kilos. And you recall there was no problem with his strength. It was more an issue at the top of being able to control it. So consequently, we see that he controlled it all the way through to the top and he got the 3 white lights, no problem at all. But I fear for Odd Ordine because it doesn't look to me like he's got anywhere near the strength to press that 140. Now, Edgars Jerkins from Latvia on 142.5. He got his opener, no problem. And he's lifting really well here. He's got a great efficient setup, doesn't need to muck around too much, but he gets up really nice and tight very quickly. It's heavy for him. Oh, but what strength is that? Really fantastic to see that young man just come out and go to work like that. Grachalski from Poland on 147.5. not challenging with this second lift, staying in 5th position. It's really good to be able to see that information on the bottom of your screen, I'm sure. Very handy. Handy information, handy to see the lights as they come up as well. Grochalski works hard, locks it out perfectly. 3 white lights. So back up to the under 59 kilo class. Really big bench press for Mariki, 152.5. I just wonder if he's going to have a little go at the record. It's a little bit out of reach, but let's see how he benches this. The record's 163. Oh my word. He's got such a fantastic setup. If he can hold that weight and control it, the setup gives him every chance to lift it. Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what he puts on the 3rd attempt. I think the 163 might be out of reach in terms of strength because that was frighteningly close to the edge there for him, but only he knows how he feels. Yoshiyama from Japan, 157.5. He's a 66 kilo lifter. He's in 4th position. If he gets this lift, he will temporarily go into 2nd place. Okay, so Mariki goes safe, 157.5. No attempt at the world record. He's posted that up as his 3rd attempt. Let's have a look at Yoshiyama. Oh, it's very difficult, but if he can keep going, he'll get the lift. No lift. Grip issue. Let go of the bar. Let go of the bar. I was seen by the side refs. Now, Tyler Marcel of USA, 160 kilos. Currently in 2nd place and will remain so even if he is successful with this lift, as he's a fraction heavier in body weight than Tsuchida. Oh, Tyler is so strong. That is just wonderful benching. Really delightful to watch. And it holds him in 2nd place on body weight. Just 0.3 of a kilo between him and Toshida. So the Kazakhstan lifter, Zoltayev, indicates that he wants this bar position there. He gets a very high touch. One thinks that might be good. Yes, it is. Okay, so some of these guys now in the 74s are getting the lifts that they missed. on the first round. Just shows they can do it. They just have to concentrate, perhaps even just calm down a little bit. They were very fired up, all of them, and they just need to keep their head on in the game of what they're doing and just do all those small things right, not miss anything. And it's not just a matter of being ultra fired up. Now, Sahari has a wrist wrap problem where it lets go, the Velcro lets go. He's got 30 seconds on the clock. Technically, he's supposed to come off the platform to do it, to re-wrap, but anyway, he's got that. Oh, he's lost the wrist wrap again. He's got the start. He's going to go without it, and it just goes to show he didn't need it. But he needs to do something with that wrist wrap because it's very disconcerting when that unfurls itself on your wrist as you're benching. And whether he's got an old set of wraps that the Velcro's not sticking, or he's actually got it down on his palm a bit so that when he takes the weight, it actually pushes the Velcro apart. There are limits to how far down on the palm that the wraps can go. If that wrap was just exactly on the wrist, it probably wouldn't come undone like that. And I see Chuchida, and I see his coach now is none other than Dakai Kadama. 165 for his second attempt. Imagine having Kadama as your coach. Oh, there we go. Magnificent. Kadama immediately writes a number on the next attempt card. He's in control of the numbers, I'd say. A huge smile for his athlete. And, of course, Kadama is a legendary bench presser, Hall of Famer. And this is Yazemsky of Ukraine. I think he's the one that had the lift out that seemed to get out of hand straight away. So let's see what happens here. Okay, the problem is the lifter is taking the bar so far deep, not the spotter. And he gets a nice touch. His right arm lags, but it looks to be okay. And now let's have a look at the... Oh, dear. No. Let go. Let go of the bar. He's in all sorts of problems now, having all sorts of problems now. And Jargal now of Mongolia has to come out and try and get this 170, which he missed on his opener. I think he's more fired up than the first time. There's a lot of pressure on him now. So okay. The bar is loaded for Fukuda now, 172.5 in the 74 kilo class. And there was a miss there from the Mongolian lifter. He didn't get the lift. So it was just a distraction here in the media area when that happened. Okay, so 172.5 for Kuda. He grits his teeth, and I think he's got it. Yep. Okay, so in that 74 kilo class, some guys were able to recover and get their lift, and two of them were not. The Ukrainian and the Mongolian were not able. So they're still to get a lift on the board. Whereas now we've got Kim from Kazakhstan going 177.5. Be interesting to see what Fukuda puts on for his third attempt. But Kim is just a fraction stronger, and it's just enough with all these good attempt selections to open up a bit of a gap for him. Oh, fantastically strong. Sure, he's got that. Okay, so as you can see on the scorecard there, at the end of the second round of lifts, we can see we've still got a couple of guys who haven't registered a lift. But we've got Moriki from Japan in first place in the 59 kilo class. We've got Toshida from Japan in first place in the 66 kilo class. We've got Kim from Kazakhstan in first place in the 74 kilo class. And we've got a little bit of competition there from Fukuda in that class. But now here we go with the final lift for Shamuratov of Kazakhstan, 125 kilos. He is the world champion now. Oh, that's good work. It's great work. So he's going to get a gold medal. Okay, Lipa now, Great Britain, wants to take the 125 again. He had a bit of trouble where certainly the weight was heavy, but I think he got out of alignment and the left arm just lagged too much for him. So let's see if he can set up nice and tight here and get a bit more speed off the chest right from word go. This looks better. I think that's much better. Let's see. Oh, no. Well, it was pressed better, but it went back down again in the middle there. I think he's very disappointed with that result. But there's nothing he can do because it was 3 red lights, so you can't appeal that at the jury. Now, Ordordine is in a world of trouble here. He's taking the 140 again, but it's really hard to comprehend that he's going to be able to lift this. So devastation there that he's disqualified from getting a total. This is really unfortunate, and it's hard to take for anyone at a world championship, let alone a young person. Let's hope his coach can help sort out what it is, the issue, and whether it was just a really misjudged attempt selection. So Yang from USA now for his final lift. He's not going to challenge for the silver. He'll settle for the bronze here with 142.5. Oh, he's giving it everything. Yes. Donovan Thompson's pretty happy with it. That's his coach. Well done. That is a sensational lift. He went 3 for 3, and that is what every bench presser would love to achieve at a world championship. That's really wonderful. Kanobekov now from Kazakhstan, 145. He's safe in the silver, but my goodness, he looks pumped for this lift. It means something to him. He is going to have to put everything into it. Oh, he's going to do it. I don't know how he does it. The bar rolls forward in his hands. It's a good lift. Wonderful. Really, Yang's not that far off the pace for a silver medal based on this sort of competition. 2.5 kilos, and he would have had the silver. Well, actually, they were both exactly the same body weight. That's interesting. They were both 58.9 kilos. Okay, down into the 74 kilo class. Tata 145 for his final attempt. He'll stay in sixth position. He's in fourth position. Oh, wow. There's some power for you. That looked awesome. So he finishes on 145. He could very well finish fourth here in this group of 6 because there are 2 lifters who are absolutely struggling to get a lift on the board behind him. Grachowski of Poland, 150 kilos. He's in 5th position overall. I just wonder if the referee saw the head lift off. No, he didn't see it. It's a good lift. Jerkins from Latvia is taking the same weight. He's a little heavier, not very much. 0.2 of a kilo. That means he'd be in 6th position. Jerkins struggles. No. Okay, Moriki of Japan now, 155 kilos to finish his day. He is the world champion now of the 59 kilo class. Here he comes. This is it, last lift of the day. He's the lightest in his weight class, quite light, 57.85. And to bench press 155. Isn't that wonderful? Oh. So the centre ref just has a word to the right-hand side spotter and says, you need to be faster. And he also speaks to the left-hand side and says, be there faster. Definitely need to get the weight off the lifters quicker than that. He's having a really strong word with all of them now. So Yoshiyama from Japan taking 160, and it's good to see the centre ref do that. The centre ref is in control of this situation, and if he's not happy with the spotters' reaction times and ability to keep the lifters safe, he absolutely will direct them and guide them and give them advice on what they need to be doing and concentrating on. Because weight falls very fast. There's no time. You need to be in position, and reaction must be fast, but you also must be strong to pick up the weight. Yoshiyama, 160. I think he's got it. Yes, he has. He's absolutely ecstatic for that. He's not in the medals, but really delighted with that lift. Now, Marcel is coming out with 162.5 for his final lift. And the situation here is he's lighter than Sahari, so he would temporarily go into the silver medal position with this lift. So this is a big lift for Tyler. It's the moment where this is all he can do to give himself a silver medal. It's not all in his hands because Sahari has a lift to go. But this would make it even possible. He's just collapsed a little bit because he was held for so long. Oh, but he muscles it up with a shout, and I'd say he's got it. There it is. And no better, 3 white lights. So here comes Sahari with 170. And one just wonders if Sahari's overplayed the hand here a little. If he went 165, he could have had a better chance at holding the silver. If he misses this, he will miss out on the silver and he'll get the bronze. But he's going 170, but he only needed 165 to beat Marcel. Let's hope he gets it. Lovely touch. Oh, if he can hold it. That was really brave. That was a great, courageous lift. It has taken him to first place, and it gives him a chance at the gold medal in case Tsuchida doesn't lift his final lift, which he must do now to keep the gold. So Sahari bet everything there to try and get the gold medal, and it just may work. Yazemski, 170 in the under 74 kilo class. Can he get the lift? No lift. Hips raised. The Ukrainian coach is coming over to ask the jury to confirm, please, because this is so unusual for a Ukrainian to miss all 3 lifts. But the chief juror says it is as they've said. He lifted the hips. So they're content that that's the correct call. And, of course, it's very difficult, if not impossible, for the centre ref to see that. So, yeah. And Juggle now of Mongolia, 170. He missed this for twice now. He got the lift. So amazingly, he comes through in the end with 3 white lights. So thankfully, he's got the lift. Now, here's this incredible moment now with Suchida having to go for 172.5 to try and keep this gold medal now, because Sahari absolutely pushed himself to the limit to get 170 kilo. He made up so much ground from his opener, Sahari. Can Chusida do it? Oh, I think he's got it. It was such a strong lockout. Yeah. Perfect lift. 3 white lights. Sahari would have heard the roar. In fact, he's standing there watching and he goes, "C'est la vie." He literally had that look. He had a smile on his face. What a great sport. But what a great competitor to try and push his opponent and push his opponent like that and push himself. That was fantastic lifting. Zoltayev now of Kazakhstan, 175 kilos. Will go into the silver medal position if he gets this temporarily before Fukita can lift for the 3rd time. Here's his chance at the silver. Oh, I don't think he's got it. Goodness me. Will the referees see it as going continuously upwards or no? No, they do not. It's funny because I didn't see hear the replace the rack or anything like that anyway. So, Fukita 180 to try for the gold medal. This is an attempt. He's in 2nd place. That's the jury. Fukuda. No lift. Okay, final lift for this session. 180 kilos for Kim from Kazakhstan. He's already the world champion with that miss from Fukuda. 180 kilos and 3 out of 3 would be wonderful to go home with, as well as the World Championship title. Oh, nope, not today. So here's your world champion with Fukuda coming in the silver medal position and Ekjagal in the bronze position. There will be a medal ceremony coming up after this. Thank you for your company. I hope you enjoyed the lifting.